everyone. Today I'm going to read to you A Letter to Amy by Ezra Jack Keats. I picked this book this morning because if we look at the illustration on our front cover, we can see that the weather does not look like it's the prettiest or sunniest weather outside, and right now where I am in Perrysburg, it is raining. Plus, some of the science things we're going to be doing, and we did, like making a cloud and seeing how quickly it can change, goes along with the science and how our weather is always changing. So pay attention to the illustrations too in this book and see if the weather stays the same, because sometimes it can be long term, so it takes a long time and stays the same, or sometimes it can be short term. Also, if you haven't noticed, I've been reading to you from Harper's room because she has a nice comfy chair to read in, but she's still sleeping. Mr. Warner and I do not want to bother her, so I'm reading to you in here where it is quiet, and I will not be bothering a sleeping baby. Again, the story we're going to read is A Letter to Amy by Ezra Jack Keats. I'm writing a letter to Amy. I'm inviting her to my party, Peter announced. Why don't you just ask her? You didn't write to anyone else, said his mother. Peter stared at the sheet of paper for a while and said, well, this way it's sort of special. He folded the letter quite a few times, put it in the envelope, and sealed it. Now I'll mail it, he said. What did you write? His mother asked. Will you please come to my birthday party, Peter? You should tell her when to come. So he wrote on the back of the envelope that it is this Saturday at 2. Now I will mail it. Put on a stamp. He did and started to leave. Wear your raincoat. It looks like rain. He put it on and said, it looks like rain. You'd better stay in, Willie. And he ran out to mail his letter. Okay. We know this is Peter. He did tell us who this was just a second ago. Can you name the dog's character name? Walking to the mailbox, Peter looked at the sky. Dark clouds raced across it like wild horses. He glanced up at Amy's window. She wasn't there. Only Pepe, her parrot, sat peering down. Willie, didn't I tell you to stay home? Oh. Peter thought, what will the boys say when they see a girl at my party? Suddenly there was a flash of lightning and a roar of thunder. A strong wind blew the letter out of his hand. Peter chased the letter. He tried to stop it with his foot, but it blew away. Then it flew high into the air. Can you name our main character in the story? Anne landed, skipped across a hopscotch game. The letter blew this way and that. Peter chased it this way and that. He couldn't catch it. Big drops of rain began to fall. Just then, someone turned the corner. It was Amy. She waved to him. The letter flew right towards her. She mustn't see it or the surprise will be spoiled. They both ran for the letter. What's the surprise that Peter doesn't want to spoil? In his great hurry, Peter bumped into Amy. He caught the letter before she could see it was for her. Quickly, he stuffed the letter into the mailbox. He looked for Amy, but she had run off crying. Okay, 2 questions. Was the surprise ruined? And why is Amy running off crying? Do you remember from the last illustrations on the last page? Now she'll never come to my party, thought Peter. He saw his reflection in the street. It looked all mixed up. When Peter got back to his house, his mother asked, "Did you mail your letter?" "Yes," he said sadly. Why is Peter sad now? Saturday came at last. Everybody arrived but Amy. "Shall I bring the cake out now?" his mother asked Peter. "Let's wait a little," said Peter. "Now, bring it out now," chanted the boys. "All right," said Peter slowly. "Bring it out now." If we look at our illustrations, how does Peter look? What's he feeling? And why do we think he's feeling that way? Just then the door opened. In walked Amy with her parrot. "A girl, ugh," said Eddie. "Happy birthday, Peter," said Amy. "Happy birthday, Peter," repeated the parrot. Peter's mother brought in the cake she had baked and lit the candles. Everyone sang. "Make a wish," cried Amy. "Wish for a truck full of ice cream," shouted Eddie. "A store full of candy and no stomach aches." But Peter made his own wish and blew out all the candles at once. Now how does Peter look? Has his emotions changed or his feelings changed? And if so, why do you think those feelings have changed? The end. Thank you for listening with me. And for adults or moms and dads, loved ones who are watching this with my kindergarten kiddos, I have my cards right here. But again, this story covers these kindergarten standards. I just keep forgetting to hold them up. I jump right on into things. And so if you're talking about this, you can always talk about what were the key details of the story. Can my kindergarten kiddo retell you what happened maybe at the beginning, middle, and end of our story? And who's our character? Main character too. There were a couple characters. Where did our story take place? The setting. And what was the major event that happened in this story? There might have been a couple. Feel free to talk it over. If you're just listening to listen to a story, I hope you enjoyed our story this morning. I will talk to you soon.